Musk. All right, this one it's pretty complicated, so just bear with me as I kind of lay it out. So earlier this week, the Senate and the House proposed a continuing resolution, which is basically just like we're going to keep funding the government at the level we're funding it now, but they added it was 1,500 pages long, and they added some provisions, some money for farmers, some money for disaster relief, pay raises for members of Congress, expansion of their health benefits, some other healthcare provisions, cancer research stuff, renewal of the Global Engagement Center, which is like a disinformation, like censorship organization. And so this was like Monday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Musk and Vivek go to Twitter and start slamming this thing. And within hours, like 30 members of the Senate, of the Republican Senate peel off, say, we're not supporting it. So they have to go back to the drawing board. And apparently Trump and Musk come up with a new plan, or I don't know if Musk was involved, but the speculation is Musk was involved, to do a CR, which just continues funding government at the existing level. They added disaster relief, and then they negotiated, we're going to raise the debt ceiling, or we're going to push out the debt ceiling fight for 2 years.
We're going to abolish the debt ceiling.
Yeah, we're going to abolish the debt ceiling for 2 years. And the reason for that, I believe, is because Trump thinks Schumer's going to use it for him when he brings forward his tax cuts. But we can get to that. That thing went down last night because folks like Chip Roy and Thomas Massie would not vote to remove the debt ceiling. Trump, cat turd, Elon Musk took to Twitter. They're talking about primarying Chip Roy and primarying Thomas Massie and all these guys.
Their plan will increase the debt by $5 trillion, just FYI.
Their plan will increase the debt at the existing funding rate. It will expand the debt by $5 trillion. And it went down last night. So we're in a looming government shutdown. It expires at midnight tonight. Brad, will the government shut down? And will that send us into a global economic panic?
And just before you answer, Elizabeth Warren agreed with President-elect, that they should get rid of the debt limit too. So she's on board with that plan.
Of course,
that's excellent. Love it. It's great. I also don't have a debt limit. What do I think? Is the government going to shut down? Didn't they have a vote this morning, like 2 hours ago? What happened to that? Did they pass it? They passed something?
They were supposed to vote at 10. I don't think they did.
Oh, interesting. What's going to happen is it's going to be, the deadline's midnight. So around 11:57, they're going to pull out a vote. They're going to pat each other on the back. They're going to do their photo ops and media rounds and tweets and all that other stuff. And they're going to pretend like they saved the Republic for 85 days or however long this CR is for.
2 weeks, as I've heard.
Oh, fucking awesome. Then we get to do this all over again in 2 weeks. I get to talk to you two fucking goons about this, another government shutdown on Friday, January, 4th? It's going to be great. I love it. If it doesn't happen, your follow-up question was, is the world going to collapse? Are we going to have economic doom?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's about 850,000 non-essential workers that would be furloughed in this case. And my argument is that, isn't that what they want this time of year? Right? Like, you're going to get a couple weeks off on Christmas and New Year's, which everybody wants. It's the most popular time to take time off, probably. And you're going to get back pay when you come back. Like, isn't that kind of what you want? Wouldn't you be doing them a favor? Maybe.
I think they're worried about their paycheck going into Christmas, but yeah, probably.
I mean, who cares about that? Christmas is fucking.
So all I see on X right now is finger pointing. Biden blames Trump for government shutdown. Trump blames Biden for government shutdown. Democrats blame Republicans. So they're fighting over who's going to get stuck with the bill if it does shut down. Charles, you think the government will actually shut down?
I don't know and don't give a damn. Let it shut down. Let it stay open. I don't care. What I find ridiculous is that when you have people like Chip Roy, who is fighting against what we've been complaining about forever, he gets attacked by the president-elect, and then people pile on like in support of it just because they don't think for themselves. And I also don't get how, it's weird to me that all these people in Congress like respond to bullying online. Like, and I think a certain level of bullying is fine. But I think like it's weird to me that they jump on with like Doge and they like praise Elon Musk and all this stuff, but yet none of them can ever come up with an idea by themselves. They have to get like told online not to do something or to do something, and then suddenly like now it's like, oh yeah, that's the thing we should be doing. Like not one of them can think of anything on their own. Like it's kind of ridiculous to me. But is it going to shut down? Probably not. I mean, I would think they usually find a way to avert it. Like, I don't know. I don't really care. Honestly, I don't care. I think it's crap. And the Chip Roy thing really bothered me though, because the first Trump, I don't know how much he said about it, but the first tweet or Truth Social post was like it's something like the deeply unliked Congressman Chip Roy, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's the one of the few who has consistently been fighting for the same values and principles and policies, but doing so in a way that isn't abandoning his principles and values. Going back to the 2020 election, when he stood up there and said, if we're not going to certify these results, then let's not certify our colleagues who came in on these results. And that was excoriated for it. But that is a perfectly reasonable position to take. Now he's saying, let's not lift the debt ceiling, and he's getting beat up for it. But yet all we do is complain about the national debt. But now, because we're back in office and we all have to just believe whatever the prevailing narrative of the incoming administration is, like, he's in the wrong, because like it's just so stupid. It's so stupid.
Charles, it sounds like you voted for Kamala.
And that's why you know.
No, it doesn't sound like you voted for
I'm
Kamala.
just joking.
It just frustrates me. Like, this is the nonsense in the like modern day movement that frustrates me.
Well,
You can
go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I wasn't. That was rude of me. It's Christmas.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, Chip, I mean, some of the stuff I didn't know about Chip Roy is starting to come out, that he rejected calls to remove Chairwoman Liz Cheney from House GOP leadership. He was all about masks. He wanted to kick out Ken Paxton during the impeachment. He was, I mean, there's some,
Yes, and Ken Paxton tweeted him last night, or not tweeted him, but I saw the Ken Paxton tweet where somebody was like, I remember when Chip Roy tweeted he must resign, and Paxton was like, I remember as well. He might have had some bad takes at different points, or takes that I disagree with, but you can't judge him for his position on the debt ceiling and the continuing resolution based on his position on masks and Paxton and these other things.
He
right?
wore
Like,
a really big
if
mask.
Trump dislikes him, or if people dislike him because of all those other things, perfectly fine. But this position in and of itself is not wrong.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Trump cannot like him for this stuff. I mean, all Chip has to do is just, I mean, part of it may be that he supported DeSantis, but
Yes,
all he has to do is just come out and like say nice things about Trump, and he'll be fine. He'll be back in his good graces.
There's a couple dynamics here that I think we're glossing over a little bit. One, the Republicans don't have the Senate right now. They will in January, but they don't right now. So let's not act like they have the trifecta right now. They also don't have the White House right now. The second thing is, MAGA is not the Tea Party. I agree with Chip Roy on the debt. I wouldn't vote for if I were a congressman, which I do not want to be, I would not vote for anything that raised the debt.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm Trump and co, and I'm talking to Chip Roy, it's like, dude, we just gotta stay together and get us to January so that we can actually do some of these things when we have the White House, Senate, and the House. And what we've put in front of you is a clean CR, which means no additional funding except for disaster relief. And we're pushing out the debt ceiling because Schumer is going to use it against me in a tax cut fight. And you want tax cuts, we want tax cuts, and we can't do it without a debt ceiling out of the way. So why doesn't Chip Roy just play ball? Why doesn't Chip Roy just play ball on this and move forward with what Trump and Musk want? And then let's fight it out in January with Doge and the reconciliation bill when Republicans have the Congress.
Because
That's the
first of all,
thing.
Chip Roy is the only one that's currently elected. And two, more importantly, because this is what got us to where we are, is this stupid let's play ball for the time being, and then we'll do this down the road. This is what got us to where we are, is this always, well, let's do this because then we can get this. And we're just going to do this for a year because then we can get this down the. That is what, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change.
Stop.
I agree. I agree. But what is 30 days?
That's what they say.
Well, give them an inch, Michael. They'll take a mile.
What's 30 days? There's going to be another fight in 30 days. In 30 days, we're going to have to go all out war on these drones. And they're going to be like, well, we need to do this CR because the CR has $30 billion to fight these drones that are now shooting flames over New Jersey. So Chip Roy, you have to vote. Like, it's always going to be another crisis. Always going to be another emergency that requires you just to play ball for 30 days or play ball for 6 months. And then I promise, once we come in, once we do this, once we get through this special election, once I get this bill passed, once I do this premier legislation, it's always something. Always.
First off, no one's going to spend $30 billion to stop drones from firebombing New Jersey. All right. We might pay them $30 billion to do it.
All right. Well, please tell me if that happens, where are you going to get all the cranberries from?
But
I'll grow them myself. I'm a homesteader now.
I'm kind of playing devil's advocate because I agree with what you're saying and with what the position Chip Roy is taking. But it reminds me a little bit of the Texas House Speaker race. Who do you want to negotiate with? Who has the leverage right now? The Democrats have the leverage. Do you want to negotiate with Democrats, or do you want to negotiate with Republicans once they have the leverage? That's all I'm saying. From a strategic standpoint, they have, this in the Senate, they have, and in the Senate, because you need 60 votes. So, yeah.
I mean, sure, they're the vote, but they just got, they can't get anything. I mean, it seems like Elon Musk has the leverage here.
Does he? His bill just got killed by Chip Roy and co. And my fear is this whole MAGA coalition is like, it's not going to last 2 weeks at this pace.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get nothing done because we're fighting over this.
Zilch.
No Maha, no Doge, because they're fighting over a month.
Well, good. Then maybe we can at least keep seed oils and keep food tasting flavorful.
and make sure farmers can never own their own seeds, Did
you see that? Oh, wait, did I send that to you?
Heck yeah, you sent it to me.
How I didn't. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. It's been going on a long time.
Yeah. They've been suing.
Did the New York Times not tell you that soon enough?
For our audience,
the government didn't inform him.
If you're like me and you didn't know about this, I don't know if this applies to all farmers, but farmers, I'm just going to say farmers for the sake of this conversation, purchase kind of like essentially a contract for the seeds that they buy, and they're able to plant them and grow them and yield the fruits of that labor. But the seeds that fruit then produces, they do not have the right to replant. They have to then go and purchase essentially, and they will come on your farm and DNA test your plants to make sure that you are paying for which is just, it's unbelievable to me. I don't know.
There have been lots of lawsuits about this from the big seed companies that have taken down farmers who have tried to replant.
The farmers and charmers out in the Midwest, the crunch is always on them.
It's crazy. All right. You guys got anything else on the CR? I'll just weigh in. I don't think the government's going to shut down either. So,
just so everyone knows, it's been since 1997 that Congress passed a budget. It's been all CRs and omnibuses since then.
Well, that was
just 30 more days. We'll get it.
Just play ball. Play ball. 30 more days. No big deal.
I know that's not Michael's position. I know he was kind of playing devil's advocate, but he was arguing it a little too strong. Like, I kind of felt.
I don't know. I see both sides. And I'm hopeful for the Trump administration coming in and the Congress to do something actually. And I just see them fighting and saying they're going to primary good people like Chip Roy, even though I disagree with him on things. And Cat Turd, which every time I say his Twitter handle, I laugh. Like, chill the fuck out. I know you're mad about Ron DeSantis. That I thought that was a stupid idea too, but like, Chip Roy's solid. There's no debating that. Chip Roy's solid. Okay. Brad.
What?
So in our text thread, Brad sent us this